since there are a lot of benefits going on. In addition to Hu King, other than the sect's reward, Hu King will personally thank Fang Xing as well. However, Fang Xing returned his knife to his back, and according to him, it looks like Hu King didn't find out about him. But judging by how Hu King's acting now, he probably forgot everything from before they entered the sect. Nonetheless, Fang Xing thanked Hu King for his kind offer, but he'd be a burden since he is too weak. But at the back of Fang Xing's mind, he didn't even know what the seal edict was. But Hu King brought Fang Xing along and Liu Feng introduced him. It probably isn't good. Liu Feng was enraged and he suddenly lifted Fang Xing and told him that brother Hu is personally giving him a lesson, so he must don't take it for granted, and instead Fang Xing must better appreciate Hu King's kindness. In addition to Liu Feng's mind, Fang Xing wouldn't dare to fight in front of Hu King. All of a sudden, Fang Xing looked up and smiled at Liu Feng, then told him that's how it is. Fang Xing hopes Hu King won't mind. He will go willingly. Then Fang Xing smiled at them. However, Liu Feng was confused. But Hu King said, that's good. Meanwhile, Hu King gave Liu Feng his reward, and he told him that, before and after this matter, Hu King hoped that Fang Xing can clean it up. Then he said to not let anyone talk about it. Instantaneously, Liu Feng told his senior brother Hu to not worry because Fang Xing was just only a brat with no background, so nobody will notice anything. Liu Feng received gold coins from Hu King. In the evening, at the house of Fang Xing, Yu Sanliang asks Fang Xing what's so good about getting the talisman edict. And according to this fat man, even disciples in the third level of the spirit movement want to go, but the chance of failure is also very high. Moreover, for this kind of task, failure is the equivalent of death. In addition to Yu Sanliang, how long has it been since Fang Xing entered the sect? Why would those guys suddenly want to bring Fang Xing along? There's obviously a ruse. Then Yu Sanliang commanded Fang Xing to listen to him, and he told him that this time, Fang Xing must not go with them. Otherwise, he will definitely be met with ill fortune. But Fang Xing answered that he knew it, and it's obvious that Liu Feng brought Hu King to him because he intended to use Hu King against him. But Fang Xing said that whether to go with Hu King or not depends on his current cultivation and background. In accordance with Fang Xing, even if he says no, will they give up just like that? Yu Sanliang just sighs. Nevertheless, Fang Xing asks Yu Sanliang again if the sect doesn't care about such things like being forced to get the talisman edict. However, Yu Sanliang told him that the sect is the one wanting more people to get the talisman edict. So why does Fang Xing think they want to firmly control the breakthrough pill in their hands? Additionally, they just want to force all the disciples to go out and fight for the sect with their lives on the line. Even if Fang Xing died out there, the sect will only say that Fang Xing went out willingly to do the task. Fang Xing and Yu Sanliang have neither strength nor background, so who would care about their deaths? Then Fang Xing just said right. Nonetheless, Yu Sanliang secretly told Fang Xing that there is actually another way that Fang Xing can run away from the sect. And he told him that if they can't find Fang Xing, then they'll have no other choice but to give up. Fang Xing was curious and he asked Yu Sanliang how. According to Yu Sanliang, he knows a secret road that can bypass the mountain gate and lead to the outside world. It's in the bamboo forest on the west side of the valley. In addition to Yu Sanliang, during that time he was working with the general supervisor. He relied on this secret passage to transport some of the sect's medicine out to sell and earn extra money. Even if Hu King and Liu Feng set up surveillance to prevent Fang Xing from escaping tonight, they definitely don't know the existence of the secret passage. At this moment, Fang Xing said thank you to Yu Sanliang, but he said that he won't run away. However, Yu Sanliang was shocked by what Fang Xing said, and he told his junior brother Fang that this is no time for bravado. But Fang Xing told his senior brother that they come from different backgrounds, so Yu Sanliang won't understand that. In this world where the strong dominate the weak, so there's no use trying to escape. The only way to survive is to face it head on. The next day, Hu King with his men was riding horses. According to his disciple on the left, senior brother who actually received this year's talisman edict, as expected of the head of the outer sect disciples. And this disciple on the right said that he heard that Hu King came there to bring another person along, and this man wonders who's the one that got so lucky. Meanwhile, Hu King and his men arrived at Fang Xing's house. With an instant, Fang Xing opens the door and came out. While Fang Xing was staring at them, Hu King told him that if Fang Xing was ready, then get on a horse so that they can move out. However, Hu King feels like Fang Xing was a bit different from yesterday. People in this area were looking at them. This man on the right was puzzled if Hu King was actually bringing a child along. The man in the center was also confused about what kind of background Fang Xing had, since this man never heard anyone talking about Fang Xing. But Yu Sanliang feels worried this time, and he was surprised when Liu Feng suddenly appeared on his back. Liu Feng told him that since Fang Xing was gone, Yu Sanling will be next. Additionally, he told Yu Sanling to relax because Liu Feng will accompany him well. On the other hand, a man hands over a yellow book to Hu King. Then he wishes Hu King a successful trip. That's of course, Hu King said as they left. In this scene, while this man was riding the horse fastly, Fang Xing suddenly asked Hu King what exactly they were going out for. Instantaneously, Hu King replied to him that they will be going to subdue demons. Then he asked Fang Xing if he was afraid. However, Fang Xing was just speechless and looked worried. At the back of Hu King's mind, as expected, Fang Xing is still a child, so Hu King must have gotten the wrong impression just at that moment. All of a sudden, Fang Xing asks again what kind of demons. Then this man said if Fang Xing knows why no one dares to take this year's talisman edict, it's because this year's target is a 4th-rank demonic beast, and no other than the python toad. Time passed and night came. Fang Xing together with Hu King's group were in this forest having a bonfire while resting. While this man was drinking wine, he noticed that Fang Xing was thinking deeply, so he asked the kid if Fang Xing was scared that moment, knowing that they're going to fight the python toad. But Fang Xing shook his head and said, "From great danger comes great wealth." Then he said that he was not scared. All of a sudden, the man threw a bag of wine at him and the man told him that wine is an amazing thing. Then he told Fang Xing to drink a few sips so that he won't be scared anymore. However, Fang Xing was pretending as if he was hesitating. But suddenly, he still drank the wine, and pretending again as if it was his first time drinking a bottle of wine. These men were laughing at Fang Xing since they didn't know that Fang Xing was a drunkard. Nonetheless, Hu King told them to not drink too much and rest early since they will be entering the mountain tomorrow. Without hesitation, these men agreed with him, while Fang Xing was sleeping. Meanwhile, when Fang Xing was sleeping, Liu San asked his young master if there was no other way. "Liu San, you haven't grown attached to that boy, have you?" stated by the man on the left side. Fang Xing suddenly woke up and opened his eyes when he heard their conversation. However, Liu San told them that junior brother Fang looks like he is also being bullied in the sect. In addition to Liu San, in Fang Xing's heart now, they must be like his great supporters. After these days together, Liu San became quite fond of him if there are other ways. But Hu King told him that there is no other way since they are facing a 4th-rank giant demon, and if they don't set bait and ambush it while it was eating, they have no chance of winning. Zhao Zhai also stated that in their family, Liu San is the one to get soft-hearted easily, and Zhao Zhai didn't think Liu San would still be like that there. He also told Liu San that sacrificing the little brat can save them many risks, so why not? Liu San should have treated Fang Xing as a dead man the moment they left the sect. "You're right, I was wrong for getting too attached," Liu San stated. At this moment, Hu King inquires Zhao Zhai about the preparations. Instantly, Zhao Zhai showed him a knife. Then he told his young master that it was ready. The knife can destroy a person's sea of Kai and make Fang Xing's spiritual Kai leak out. In addition to Zhao Zhai, he said that by tomorrow, he will directly pierce all 18 of the most Kai-abundant acupoints on Fang Xing's body and let Fang Xing's Kai seep out with his blood. However, Fang Xing was just listening to their conversations. The beast likes human meat the most, especially young boys who have cultivated it before. At that time, that brat's cries of pain would definitely hook it in. Zhao Zhai stated. Hu King told him that it was good, but don't take it lightly tomorrow. This demon miasma mountain isn't simple. Zhao Zhai agreed with him. The next morning, Fang Xing was woken up by Hu King and he told the kid that it's time to go. Then Fang Xing got up and said yes. While these people were preparing their stuff, Fang Xing asks Liu San if they're not riding anymore. Instantaneously, Liu San answered him that riding horses in the demon miasma mountain isn't convenient, so they will be walking. However, Fang Xing was curious about the demon miasma mountain, so Liu San said that Fang Xing probably doesn't know. This demon miasma mountain was very famous back in the day, and according to Liu San, it is said that it was hundreds of years ago. There was a great demon in the Foundation establishment stage entrenched there. Later, it was executed by a cultivator from the Failing Cave, but that cultivator also died there. As a result of the abundant spiritual power left by the battle that year, the beast in the 3rd and 4th stages of the transformation realm emerged endlessly there, and gradually evolved into what you see in today's demon miasma mountain. In addition to Liu San, the python toad we're going to execute is one of them. The demon miasma mountain is already treacherous and with all kinds of demonic beasts lingering. One slight misstep and you'll lose your life. Nonetheless, Fang Xing said that it was amazing. But Liu San just sighs. Then he threw the wine bag to Fang Xing and told him that the wine bag is for him, and if Fang Xing can return alive, increase his alcohol tolerance with it. This man shouted to Liu San about what he was doing since he was left behind. However, Liu Fang told Fang Xing that they must go since they still have a long way to go. While Fang Xing was staring at the wine bag, he suddenly thanks senior brother Liu. Then he runs away towards them. At this moment, we can see a huge snake on the scene. This snake was eating a human body when suddenly, a massive foot stepped on the snake which caused the snake to die. It was an enormous and powerful bullfrog. These dots on the bullfrog's head can detect someone or something. On the other hand, Hu King and his team were still in the forest at the moment. Zhao Zhai and Qian Tong looked so exhausted, including Fang Xing, while Hu King and Liu San were focused. Suddenly, Zhao Zhai put down his sword and said, "Why is this bloody place so hot?" Then Zhao Zhai told Qian Tong to look in front. It's a lake. However, Zhao Zhai told Hu King that they'd been climbing the Demon Miasma mountain for several days and they're now nearing that place. So he asked Hu King to rest there for a bit. Luckily, Hu King agreed with him. Then Zhao Zhai thanked his young master. While Fang Xing was sitting down, Zhu Zhai and Qian Tong were about to jump into the lake, when suddenly, Qian Tong was knocked down by Liu San. And because of that, Qian Tong angrily asked Liu San if he was going crazy. But Liu San told him that he was the one that's crazy. Then he said, "Don't you know that you'll lose your life if you go into the lake?" However, Qian Tong told him to not bluff on him. Then he told Liu San to tell him what can there be in the clear lake. Liu San called him stupid as he pulled his knife. All of a sudden, Liu San slashed a snake-looking creature. Then he picked it up and threw it into the water. Then he told them to take a close look. The blood of this creature was spreading into the lake. Qian Tong said that there was nothing. But suddenly, a group of monster fish was approaching to eat the dead creature. Qian Tong was shocked by what he saw, and he looked too afraid when he saw that the monster fishes were eating the dead creature. According to Liu San, this is a kind of monster fish tainted with demonic kai. Usually, its body is transparent and cannot be seen by the naked eye. Only when living creatures enter the water, these fishes will then become visible because they turn blood red when hunting. Although these fishes are not strong, they are fierce and attack in large numbers. Even people or demons with high cultivation will find it difficult to survive their group attacks. In addition to Liu San, if he didn't stop Qian Tong at that moment, he would have become a set of bones by now. These men were both speechless. On the other hand, Hu King told them that before being recruited into the family, Liu San was the only hunter in the area who dared to enter the Demon Miasma mountain and could get out in one piece. That is also the reason why the family sent him to help Hu King. Additionally, he told them that, if they don't want to die there for no reason, then they better listen to Liu San. So Qian Tong and Zhao Zhai listened and agreed to their young master. Nevertheless, Hu King ordered Liu San to come to him. Then he told him that they were nearing the place, so Liu San must be more cautious of Fang Xing. And he told him not to make mistakes at the last moment. But Liu San told Hu King that no matter how Liu San looked, Fang Xing is just an ordinary boy. Then he asks Hu King why he is so wary of Fang Xing. However, Hu King answered that the stakes are high and it is always better to be cautious. In addition to Hu King, that is the last stretch, so Liu San better keep an eye on Fang Xing. Also, Hu King can understand Liu San's attachment to Fang Xing, but he told him to not do things that will affect their task and not to forget about his little brother. Liu San told his young master that he understood. At this moment, Fang Xing asked Liu San what they were talking about with Hu King. But Liu San told him nothing much and just that they were about to reach their destination and Liu San should take care of Fang Xing more. Then suddenly, Liu San announced to them that they'd rested enough and they ordered them to get ready to move out. They should be able to reach the place by nightfall. Then he clenches his knife. Fang Xing just said okay. Then they continue their journey. However, at the back of Fang Xing's mind, Hu King with his men should start making their moves already since they were nearing. So Fang Xing must find a way out as soon as possible. While they are walking, Hu King suddenly told everyone to get ready because they were about to fight. Zhao Zhai told his young master to not worry since they'd been ready for a long time. Then he glanced at Fang Xing. However, Fang Xing was confused if they were tired of pretending already. All of a sudden, Hu King told them that there was a swamp ahead. Then he advised them to be careful and walk around it. As they passed the swamp, Qian Tong covered his nose since the swamp stunk. And while Fang Xing was walking, Fang Xing's wine bag accidentally broke. That causes the wine bag to fall. Suddenly, Fang Xing was startled when the ground he was treading on was split. Fang Xing fell down into the swamp together with his wine bag. These men were both shocked by what happened. Nonetheless, Fang Xing was shouting to Liu San and Hu King to help him. But Hu King grits his teeth for this to happen right at this juncture. Luckily, senior brother Liu San helped Fang Xing. But Liu San told Fang Xing that he is stupid. Then he advised him to not move because the more Fang Xing moves, the faster he will sink. Liu San called Zhao Zhai and Qian Tong to quickly grab Liu San's leg and pull him. Then these two followed his order. Liu San told Fang Xing to hold tight. Fortunately, they were able to pull Fang Xing out of the swamp. According to these men, Fang Xing's whole body stinks. Hu King was just speechless while looking at Fang Xing. However, Fang Xing thanked Liu San for saving him. But suddenly, Liu San slapped him. "What are you doing? Do you know how dangerous it was just now? If it weren't for me, you would be dead now, do you know that?" Liu San stated. Liu San is too kind-hearted to be a villain. Nevertheless, Fang Xing asks forgiveness Liu San and he said that it's just that this almost fell inside and he wasn't careful. Then he said that he will pay attention next time. Fang Xing holds the wine bag tightly. While Liu San stared at Fang Xing, Liu San suddenly turned his back and grits his teeth while whispering to himself that there won't be a next time for Fang Xing. These men looked tired, but Hu King told them enough since there was still a bit more left to go. Then he commanded them to continue. A few hours later, Hu King told them that they'd arrived. Then he ordered Zhao Zhai to make his move. But Fang Xing interrupted them and asked the senior brothers if they could wait a while because Fang Xing wanted to relieve himself first. However, Hu King told him that he guessed it was normal to be nervous since it was the first time for Fang Xing to face a demonic beast. In addition to Hu King, he told Fang Xing to just settle it by the lake and he advised him to be careful not to fall into it and be eaten by the fish. Instantaneously, Fang Xing thanked Hu King and said that he will be right back. But Hu King stated that Zhao Zhai also needs to relieve himself so that both he and Fang Xing should go together. Then Hu King whispered to Zhao Zhai and told him that it was about time to get things done. Additionally, he told him to do it quickly. "No problem, young master," Zhao Zhai stated. While these two are preparing to pee, Zhao Zhai asked Fang Xing if he had parents or any siblings. With an instant, Fang Xing answered that he is an orphan. Then he asked Zhao Zhai the same question. "What a coincidence, me too," Zhao Zhai stated. Zhao Zhai told Fang Xing that he thinks Fang Xing is nice to be around because he is stronger than those other kids who just whine and whine. Then he said if Fang Xing spent more time in the sect, he may be able to make a name for himself. Zhao Zhai opened up about Liu San, who's very affectionate towards Fang Xing, and he asks Fang Xing if he knows why. Fang Xing directly answered him nope. According to Zhao Zhai, Liu San has a little brother who's about the same age as Fang Xing, but his brother was very ill, and they don't know if he can be cured. Fang Xing probably reminded Liu San of his little brother. Fang Xing was wondering why Zhao Zhai told him all of it. However, Zhao Zhai just looked to the sky and said that he wondered why. It's probably because Zhao Zhai wanted Fang Xing to know a bit more right before Fang Xing died. But when Zhao Zhai approached to execute Fang Xing using his knife, Zhao Zhai was suddenly puzzled when he turned back to face the kid but didn't see Fang Xing. All of a sudden, Fang Xing stabs Zhao Zhai's back with a knife. This man was groaning in pain, and blood came out from his wound. Zhao Zhai approached to do a counterattack by stabbing Fang Xing and he told Fang Xing to go and die. But Fang Xing managed to put a stop to Zhao Zhai's attack. Then he kicked Zhao Zhai's arm, which caused his arm to be broken. Zhao Zhai was sweating while moaning in pain, and suddenly he fell down to the ground. Tian Tong was preparing his sword to attack Fang Xing while Hu King was enraged and Liu San was just looking at them. Instantaneously, Hu King was approaching to attack Fang Xing using his power, and he was surrounded by blue flying swords. At this moment, Fang Xing just glanced into the flying blue swords that were coming towards him. But fortunately, Fang Xing managed to dodge Hu King's attack. However, Hu King cannot believe that Fang Xing managed to dodge his flying swords and he said that it was impossible. At this moment, Fang Xing rashly ran into Zhao Zhai's position. Then Fang Xing grabbed him into the lake. He jumped into the river. Does he want to die together with Zhao Zhai? Liu San stated. While Zhao Zhai's blood was spreading into the lake, these transparent monster fish are approaching to eat him. Zhu Zhai was hopeless at this moment and he was asking for help. But no one helped him, so the monster fish started to eat his flesh. These three men did nothing but watch their companion being eaten by the monster fish, until Zhao Zhai's body turned into just a bone. Hu King was wondering if Fang Xing already knew what they were planning to do. However, Liu San was confused since he only saw Zhu Zhai's body. All of a sudden, Fang Xing came out from the water. Tian Tong was surprised when he saw Fang Xing on the other side of the lake. He was not dead. Nonetheless, Fang Xing managed to escape from the monster fish. Then Fang Xing suddenly smiled and gave a thumbs down to them. Hu King was startled at this moment and he cannot even believe that Fang Xing was still alive. Meanwhile, in the same place, Liu San was tied and a sword was pointed at him. Tian Tong told him to spit it out and he angrily asked Liu San why Fang Xing didn't attack by the monster fish. And how did Fang Xing know about their plan? Tian Tong claimed that Liu San definitely told Fang Xing about it. However, Liu San told him that he does sympathize with Fang Xing, but he will never do anything to betray their family. Liu San also told him that he also wanted to know why Fang Xing didn't get attacked by the monster fish. But Qian Tong yelled at him and told him to shut up. Do you think the young master will believe your lies? Qian Tong stated while he approaching to slash Liu San. All of a sudden, Hu King uses his flying sword to stop the attack of Qian Tong. Then he told them, it is true that Liu San didn't betray their family and it was them who underestimate Fang Xing's capability. Then they untied Liu San. However, Hu King showed to them a mud lump. Then Hu King told them that he found that at the place where the kid jumped into the lake. When they look at it closely, Qian Tong said that it is a demonic kai. Hu King told them, yes it is according to him. That is a piece of mud with the demonic kai of a python toad. Because the demonic energy is contained in the soil, it is usually difficult to detect. Only by injecting spiritual energy can it be perceived. As a 4th-rank demonic beast, the demonic kai of the python toad is enough to scare away other ordinary demonic beasts. At that time, it was because Fang Xing's body was covered with these mud lumps that made the fishes frightened and choose to not touch Fang Xing at all. Wait, Fang Xing was covered in mud after he fell into the swamp. Don't tell me, Liu San stated. However, Hu King said, that's right, that swamp should be the excretion place of the python toad. And in addition to Hu King, Fang Xing must have already known the existence of demonic energy in the swamp, and that's why he intentionally fell into it. This time, Hu King realized that Fang Xing already planned everything. Liu San grits his teeth and said how terrifying to think that a kid's thinking could be this meticulous. Hu King told them that they were all deceived by Fang Xing's usual appearance and let down their guard. Nevertheless, Liu San was remembering what Fang Xing's did. Then he told Hu King that he was afraid that Fang Xing should have escaped by that time, and he asked him that without Fang Xing as bait, what should they do? However, Hu King told him that escaping might not be the case. Liu San and Qian Tong were both confused at this moment. Nonetheless, Hu King asked them if they hadn't seen the kid's last expression. According to Hu King, that isn't the face of someone who wants to run away. It was the look of a beast who wanted revenge. On the other hand, Fang Xing stated that the demonic kai disperses in the water much faster than he expected. In addition to Fang Xing, if it weren't for his quick surfacing, those monster fishes would have taken off his arm. However, Fang Xing thanked the Yin-Yang Divine Demon Book, which stated that the remnants of the python toad's excretion contained demonic kai, scaring away demonic beasts below the 4th rank. In the evening, Fang Xing was just observing them. Then he said that they must wait because none of them will get away. At this moment, Hu King, Liu San, and Tian Tong were already sleeping. While Fang Xing was on the tree, he was glad because as he expected, these 3 men were not on guard. Fang Xing suddenly jumped from the tree to attack his opponents. But when he